Merry Christmas, all you filthy animals out there. Today, we'll look at the not-so-successful successor to Home Alone, simply known as Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Oh yeah, you know it's gonna be great when the title doesn't even know what the movie is about. Yeah. So, a merry ho 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 to y'all, and thank you, Santa, for bringing me this. Let's just get started.
This movie starts out with the exact same intro theme.
Not that bad a start, actually. I mean, it gets you in the right mood to watch yet another Home Alone movie.
So, we start this movie out with the McAllister family getting ready for their annual Christmas vacation, and Kevin, the protagonist, gets in a fight with his family and is therefore sent up to the 3rd floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have accidentally put it in the first movie again. You know, it's a great classic. Everybody couldn't make that mistake, right? No, that's the second one, alright. So, apparently this movie starts out rather similar to the first one. It wouldn't surprise me that this is just some sort of remake. Damn you! Now you're probably going to tell me that a mere 10 years later they are gonna make a remake of this movie. Right.
Anyway, back to the story. Kevin gets separated, but instead of being home alone,
you know, like the fucking title says,
he's stuck in New York City all alone.
So really, the title should be All Alone, New York. But to be fair and give the movie some credit, the subtitle Lost in New York kind of work. It's just the whole Home Alone part that doesn't make any sense anymore.
So Kevin sees all of the different places around New York, and he even tricks the hotel management to give him the luxurious suite that the vacuum guy stayed in once.
What kind of idiots do you have working here?
The finest in New York.
Oh, and by the way, that's Tim Curry. Easily the highlight of this movie. He basically is the scene every time he's playing. And to be really honest, his scenes are those you can laugh at again and again without being bored.
What's the matter?
And now it's time for yet another Christmas related song featuring Kevin McAllister enjoying the sweet life.
We've got a sweet life. Up. Not that sweet life.
So after some more sweet life,
we've got a sweet... Stop it!
Kevin travels to the biggest toy store in New York, Duncan's Toy Chest. Another small joke later, Kevin is reunited with the bad guys Harry and Marv, luckily played by the same actors yet again. And they are more than happy to see him again, and of course wishes that this is their last meeting as well. They take Kevin for a stroll where Kevin outsmarts the bad guys and escapes. Returning home to the hotel, Kevin finds out that his dad's credit card has been declared stolen.
Committed credit card fraud.
And therefore is in the deep end with the hotel management, who chases him around the hotel.
You know, if this seems familiar to you, then fear not.
That's because they recreated the chase scene from the first movie. You know, the one with the more lazy police officer who cannot catch a little kid who's way slower than any adult. They apparently decided that they wanted to improve on this and redo it just with more chases. But at least this leads to yet another recreation. Notice that this time my voice is more happy. For some reason I just feel like this scene works much better in the first movie. Still a tad unbelievable, but still extremely enjoyable. Maybe it's Tim Curry's performance, I don't know. I mean, who can see this and not even chuckle?
I love you.
So Kevin escapes the hotel, only to be captured by the sticky bandits as they now call them. So they go for yet another stroll, where Kevin of course outsmarts them yet again. Seriously, they should be called the dumb bandits or something. So after this, there's actually a rather clever scene, as weird as it is.
Kids who are scared of the park. Kids who are scared of the dark. Kids who are scared of the dark.
You get the idea. And about now, not skipping that much important stuff, seeing that they have recreated yet another scene from the first movie. You know, the touching scene with a creepy looking stranger, which talks about family and all that stuff. So after hearing that good deeds count extra on Christmas Eve.
Good deeds count for extra tonight.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's bullshit.
Never mind, Kevin prepares yet another well thought out plan to follow these two criminals. Who wants to rob Duncan's toy chest this time?
Although I have to admit that these traps are even more implausible in the first movie.
First off, this time it's not his house. There's no way he could figure all this out in time. Second, almost no build up to the actual traps. Like in the first one, where most of the traps have been pointed out earlier in the movie. So he follows the plan of Harry and Marv, this time making them chase him all the way back to the house, where they of course fall for each and every slapstick based trap Kevin have set up for them. A few minor good ones here and there, nothing that special, but not completely garbage either.
Although my biggest problem is still that these traps, they're just way too similar to the first movie. And let's see, shall we?
We got the blowtorch, the slippery eyes or grease in this one. We got the anvil in the head or a big heavy bag in this one.
So, after all this shenanigan, Kevin gets recaptured because of some slippery eyes. I guess that Frosty the Snowman didn't like him that much.
So Marv and Harry decide to finish him off inside the Central Park. But alas, their plans get spoiled by the pigeon lady. And from here on out, it's really the exact same thing as in the first movie. Kevin sees that his newly found friend is happy, lots of present, and of course the famous yell that can be heard miles away.
Kevin! You spent $967 on room service!
So, all there is to say now is for a remake that doesn't add that much new, it's too damn long!
Okay, it's not the worst, and I would be harsh and unfair if I said that this movie is terrible. I mean, there's still a lot of clever scenes in this movie. For instance, take a look at the scene with Kevin running back to the house he used for the traps. Noticed anything? The sign says one way, giving us a subtle hint that there is no way back once he have started this. For let's be honest here, this was never a fight that really concerned Kevin to begin with. Sure, stealing donation money is a bad thing, but then again, wouldn't you just call the cops or something? And yeah, clearly not as good as the first one, but still enjoyable enough to watch.
So, as you probably guessed by now, I'm doing all of the Home Alone movies, ranking from best to worst, or chronologically if you will. So brace yourself for the next time where we'll take a look at Home Alone 3. So, Merry Christmas once again, and happy whatever else you're celebrating, and just hope and pray that you don't get any cold as presents. Or terrible movies. Later.